Welcome back to the Ink and Imagination podcast. Today we'll dive into the article, Review Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. Introduction. When a book becomes a journey, there are books not merely meant to be read but to be experienced, ones that lead us astray in a maze of words, inviting us to feel the tremors of the soul with every page. Kafka on the Shore is one such work. It's not just the story of Kafka Tamura or Mr. Nakata. It's an invitation for readers to step into a surreal world where emotions intertwine with philosophy, and reality dissolves into dreams. Reading Murakami feels like attending a symphony with layers of melodies. At times it's as soothing as a piano in a quiet room. At others it surges like waves crashing against the shore in a storm. Above all, this novel leaves a resonant echo, deep, intricate, and haunting. A doorway into a strange world. From its opening chapters, Murakami boldly immerses readers into a mysterious realm. Kafka Tamura, a 15-year-old boy, carries a loneliness far beyond his years. He plans an escape from his home, his oppressive father, and the haunting curse that has loomed over him since childhood. You will kill your father and sleep with your mother and sister. Kafka's flight is not merely a physical departure, but also a journey of self-discovery. Murakami places him in surreal situations, from conversations with a figure he calls the crow in his mind, to the peculiar events at the Komura Library, where he encounters Misaki and Oshima. Each step Kafka takes feels like an exploration of the world, while simultaneously delving into the darkness within himself. Parallel to this, Murakami introduces us to Mr. Nakata, a character I find both strange and endearing. After a childhood accident, Nakata lost the ability to read. But in exchange, he gained the ability to converse with cats and perceive the world in his unique way. The dialogues between Nakata and cats are both humorous and profound, as if revealing a hidden language of life that we've never considered. Murakami never explicitly explains the connection between these two characters. Yet amidst the fragmented narrative, one can sense an invisible thread linking them. Perhaps destiny, or merely the resonance of two wandering souls. Layers of overlapping emotions. Kafka on the Shore is not an easy story to read, as it brims with a nebulous sadness that even its characters struggle to name. Kafka, though strong-willed and resolute, remains a teenage boy with deep emotional scars. The curse's shadow forces him to construct a hardened exterior, yet beneath it lies a sensitive soul yearning for love and understanding. Whenever Kafka reads Misaki's journal or talks to Oshima, I can almost feel the loneliness in his gaze, a sense of abandonment and disorientation in his own life. Conversely, Mr. Nakata appears simple and innocent, but behind his intellectual lack lies a soul attuned to subtleties others cannot perceive. He lives a peaceful life, finding joy in small things, but I can't help feeling a pang of sorrow when he becomes acutely aware of his difference from others. Misaki, too, left a lasting impression on me with her pain of living in memory. She is a woman perpetually anchored to the past, unable to let go of loss and the unchangeable. The painting Kafka on the Shore in the library symbolizes her existence, a part of life frozen in time, forever awaiting the impossible. Symbols and their meanings. If one thing sets Kafka on the Shore apart, it's how Murakami uses symbols to tell the story. Every small detail carries metaphorical weight, inviting readers to ponder and connect them in their way. The shore. More than a setting, the shore represents the intersection of reality and dreams, the tangible and the intangible. For Kafka, it is a place of inner peace, but also where he confronts unanswerable questions. Cats. The conversations between Mr. Nakata and the cats may seem whimsical, but they unveil a deeper layer, the bond between humanity and nature, simplicity and mystery. The Komura Library, a serene space where time seems to stand still, the library bridges memory and the present. It's where Kafka starts understanding himself, and where Misaki unravels her past. Murakami never clarifies these symbols, and that is perhaps his greatest strength. By leaving gaps in the narrative, he gives readers the freedom to construct their own meanings and find personal resonance. The power of language. One of the most captivating aspects of Kafka on the Shore is Murakami's hypnotic prose. He doesn't just narrate a story, he paints vivid scenes with words. Descriptions of the shore, the library, or the forest in this novel make me feel as though I'm there, feeling the breeze, basking in sunlight, or sensing the grains of sand beneath my feet. Murakami doesn't use flowery language, but every sentence holds genuine and delicate emotion. Kafka on the Shore is not merely a book but a journey, one that invites readers to lose themselves, ponder, and feel deeply. It's a story that lingers, long after the final page, like a haunting melody resonating in the quiet corners of the soul. Empathy for lost souls. One of the most extraordinary aspects of Kafka on the Shore is its ability to evoke empathy in readers for the lost souls inhabiting its pages. Each character, despite differences in age, circumstances, or perception, shares a common trait. They are trapped within their own pain and the unanswered questions of life. Kafka Tamura embodies the uncertainty of youth. He is a fugitive, not just from a curse or his family, but from his own fears. The fear that he will become the person the prophecy has foreseen. At just 15 years old, he carries an immense burden that stirs a profound sense of pity. In Kafka, I see a reflection of the modern individual, yearning to break free from fate but shackled by inner barriers. Meanwhile, Mr. Nakata represents simplicity and purity of spirit. Though society views him as deficient, he possesses an extraordinary sensitivity and a deep connection to the natural world. Nakata harbors no resentment toward life. Instead, he embraces it with serenity, grounded in a childlike belief in the wonders around him. This prompts me to ponder, is the normalcy defined by society truly the measure of happiness? Miss Seiki, the central female character, exemplifies yet another kind of soul bound by memory. She lives in the shadow of a lost love from her youth, unable to move forward. The painting Kafka on the Shore symbolizes her, an exquisite but frozen memory, forever unchanging. Miss Seiki makes me question, is dwelling in the past a way of seeking solace, or merely another form of self-destruction? Murakami creates a world where every character represents a different facet of humanity. They are imperfect, flawed, and unidealized, yet it is their lostness and fragility that make them relatable. In this way, he reminds us that everyone carries their own journey, and no matter how disparate those journeys may seem, empathy binds us all. The empathy Kafka on the Shore inspires lies not only in understanding its characters but also in understanding ourselves. I saw parts of myself in Kafka, in Nakata, and in Miss Seiki, fragments of a deeply contradictory being, yearning for freedom while tethered to the past and fear. Perhaps that is why, no matter how surreal or perplexing the story becomes, I found it impossible to look away. Murakami doesn't just tell a story. He opens a world where we see ourselves, with all our frailties, sorrows, and the faint hope we carry through life. Lingering after closing the book. When I closed this book, I didn't feel that I had understood everything, and that wasn't the point. Kafka on the Shore is not a puzzle to be solved, but a piece of music to be felt. The work left me with a sense of vague yet profound haunting, as though I had touched something real, but couldn't fully grasp it. It made me reflect on my own life, my memories, and the dreams I have chased. Perhaps this is Murakami's greatest strength. He doesn't just write stories, but opens doors for us to step through, to lose ourselves, to search, and ultimately to accept that sometimes being lost is simply part of the journey. Are you ready to step into the world of Kafka on the Shore? Once you do, you may never be the same again.